Hi, this is Sam with Paper Vessels. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a design team project with digitals from Anna's Wonderland. I am going to be doing envelopes with magnetic closures as well as a mini journal. So make sure you watch through to the end so you can see all the details and the process. Hello friends, this is voiceover Sam. Hope you are all doing amazing. I am here with a design team project, my first one ever, and my first design team ever. These are digitals from our beautiful friend Anna at Anna's Wonderland. This particular paper collection is called Flowers for Carmela. She has 2 kits, and I did use both of them for this project. So I am super excited to show you what I created. Now I did have some requests on making envelopes. These were envelopes that I made for a giveaway recently. You can go back and look at that video. I gave away a journal and a bunch of really cute stuff to go with it. And there were some envelopes that I made in there. They had magnets for closures. So I created some for this project and a few other really fun items. Now her digitals already include envelopes. All you have to do is just cut them out and assemble them. And there's 2 different ways you can assemble them, and you'll see how I do them. So you'll notice the first envelope that I cut out from the digital kit I made more traditional envelope. With the second one, I made more of like a coin envelope style. I just trimmed one of the flaps a little bit and did the really cute closure with the, I don't know, what do you call those? With the little round circle discs, whatever. Technical terms. I think they came out really cute. I do love the way these printed out, and it was really easy to put those envelopes together. Now I'm using a die to make a nice little point. So this will be the top of my envelope. Just running it through the die cut. It's actually a Scrap Diva Designs die. And I'm going to show you how to do the accordion sides. And just dress that envelope up. I really had fun doing that. So we're just going to fold the paper in half, whatever size you're going to use. I just measured it against the side of the envelope to figure out how wide and how long to cut it. You're going to fold it in half. I like to use a nice bone folder, get nice crisp folds, and then you're going to fold it in quarters. And it's just an accordion fold. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Love using that bone folder. Crisp edges when you're folding are really nice with some projects. And after I do the folding, I also do some distressing. You don't necessarily have to do that. It's just kind of the look that I was going for in this particular project. So you see that kind of M shape or W shape, depending on how you're looking at it. Now I'm going to fold those in half. Each little section that I'm pointing at, those 4 sections, are going to be folded in half within that section. You kind of see what I'm doing now. And you can make these sides, these accordion sides, any size that you want. You can make them a little wider, a little smaller, so they're not as wide. It just depends on what you're using them for, but you can kind of play around with it. And because of the way I make them, I feel like you can put them on any type of envelope, and you'll see that coming up in a minute too. I make it on I make the accordion sides on another envelope that's kind of like a square shaped. So that's really cool. You'll see that coming up. So like I was saying, you can use this on pretty much any size envelope, which makes it nice, pretty versatile. You can come up with just about anything. Just make sure when you're gluing the accordion sides to the envelope that you are gluing the side with the, I guess, the edge facing inwards towards the envelope. So it's got that nice little seal on it instead of, you know, the paper kind of poking out away from the envelope. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but you'll be able to see it because I kind of go over that. I don't remember if I did it with this envelope or the other one where I really show you that it needs to go facing inwards. So then I'm just refolding so that you see how it's going down the beginning. And that's the part that you glue to the inside of the envelope on one side. So I guess that's just it. Just make sure when you start your accordion fold that it's always folded down. And bone folder, of course. Yeah, there I am pointing at how it should be facing down. And then that's the side that you're going to be gluing in, and of course the pattern paper is going to be facing out. Let's distress it. I did a lot of distressing in this project, in every little piece, so I just was going for that specific look, and I wanted a little more grunge in some of the pieces, a little more distressing. And you'll kind of see that going forward with one of the, I don't know, I guess the more involved pieces that I make at the end. Yeah, lots of distressing. Come on, Sam, glue it in already. Jeez. You know it's bad when you're getting impatient with yourself on video. Alright, are we gluing now, or what? I have to kind of clean up along the way. And that's because I edited all that out. Jeez. Alright. Are we gluing? I think we're gluing. Yes. Finally. So you see that outer edge is going to be pointing towards, down, whatever, the inside of the envelope. Whichever side you start on doesn't matter. Just make sure that you see how it's facing down. There you go. You can see that better. There you go. Good job, Sam. And that's basically how you need to do all of the pieces. I just think it just looks better. You're less likely to see those edges kind of poking out the sides of the envelopes because you've got it facing downwards when you're gluing it in. we're going to do another envelope. I'm using the larger tag of the digital and going to make a really cute envelope with a little accordion side as well. You'll see how I fold it. I fold it a few times so that it kind of gives it, a little bit of a thicker width for the envelope so you can fit more in there. You'll see what I'm talking about. So folding the top down as well. This is really cute, really easy thing to do, and that's a tag. So technically I could have made even smaller envelopes using the other tags. That would have been really cute too. Now that I'm saying that, I'm probably going to go back and do that. That would be really cute. You know how I like small things. Alright, so you see me folding again so that I have a nice width in the envelope, or for the envelope at the bottom, and then I'll do the same thing with the flap. And I'll show you a view from the side. There you go. You could even make it wider if you wanted to, just do, a different fold. I end up doing another one, I think. I did that with a few of them, so. Here comes a bone folder. There we go. A little bit wider. Apparently I wanted it to be a little bit wider of an envelope. Probably a good idea that I did that. You'll see why later. So then all we need to do is the same thing for the top. Alright, now that we've got our envelope the width that we wanted, let's go in and make the accordion sides for it. This one's going to be a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit easier of a fold. Again, you can make the accordion as chunky as you want to, as skinny as you want to. It's just personal preference. So for this one, I do not as many folds, so this one doesn't get to be quite as wide on the sides. Just folding it in half and then folding it in quarters, and that's pretty much it. Making sure that the side that you are side that you are attaching to the inside of the envelope is facing inwards towards the envelope. And you'll see how I glue that in a second. I kind of showcase that, or really show it to you, because I wanted to make sure I drove that point home. I think I accomplished that. Okay, finished folding the sides, 2 of them needed, and I will show you up close how to glue these in again, just to make sure I was clear. So facing inwards those ends, and gluing it in with the ends facing inwards towards the envelope. See how nice and clean that looks when you do it that way? I just prefer it. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but I feel like that just worked better for me. And guess what time it is? Guess? Yeah, it's magnet time, people. Time to put those magnets in. I love magnet closures. Or magnetic closures. Is that the right way to say it? Anyway, I like it when they snap like that. When you put them together. It's great. I'll put a link to the specific magnets that I'm using in the description box below so you guys can run over to Amazon and get them because they are fantastic. So I'm just gluing, picking up the magnet with the metal tip of my glue. Funny, right? And then I'm just gluing it to one side of the flap, positioning it where I want it, just kind of eyeballing it to center it. And then the other magnet I put on the other side, that's going to hold the magnet I'm gluing in place until the glue sets, which is genius, right? I'm sure plenty of other people thought of that. Anywho, so then the magnet that's on the bottom, oh wait, okay, so I'm cutting a circle to cover the magnet with, almost forgot about that. And that way we're just kind of concealing it. And then later on when I decorate the envelopes, I'm actually going to put something on top of that circle, so you're not even going to see that either. But, it's just something to hold the magnet in place even more so it's not going to move. And I forgot to distress it. Can't put anything in this project if it's not distressed. I mean, come on now. And then gluing the one that's on the inside, because that one's not glued yet. Or we want to glue it to the envelope, that way this will hold shut. And just kind of leave it like that for a while. Sometimes I'll just put a clip on top so that it gets nice and glued, and then the glue will dry a little bit better. There we go. Clip it. Probably a better idea if you actually use a clip that's not metal. Just saying. Now this is a secret of mine. This is my lost things. I have all kinds of stuff shoved in here. Just things that I've picked up, things that I couldn't bring myself to throw away because they looked interesting. They looked unique. They look like, you know what? Maybe I'll use that in a project. And I usually do. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. This particular piece right here is actually from clothing, sports clothing, from a tag. I kept them. Look at that nice little rose gold piece on there, metal piece. So pretty. So I kept a few of those. I have, I think, a few more to use. But for this one, I wanted it to make kind of a dangle on the side of this cute little envelope because I had plans for this. Guess what I'm putting inside this little envelope? A journal, a little mini journal. So make sure you keep watching so you can see that towards the end. It's so cute. Here I am digging through my lost things, trying to figure out what I want to put on here. And I end up finding some cute little beads. What else do I find? I find, I think it's a key, like a little heart key towards the end. A little charm that a friend of mine gave me. And it just looks really cute. Look at all the lost things. There's so many things in there. All kinds of stuff. It doesn't even make any sense sometimes when you look through it. I'm just doing some finishing touches on these envelopes. Used my gold marker or pen. I did a lot of other details to finish up on all of these envelopes, including the mini journal. It's just a lot more video, so if you want to see it, I can always do a separate video just going over the specifics on how I finish those up. Let me know if you want to see that and I'll post that. All right, it's Real Time Sam. Thanks for hanging with me till the end. Hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to go through everything that I ended up creating really quick. Envelopes, which again, the girls had asked me with my last giveaway, they had asked me for a process video, so here we go. So I did do some press-ons, not press-ons, that would be nails. Rub-ons. I did some rub-ons. I think that kind of got, it's in there somewhere. I haven't finished putting the video together or finished editing it. But there's your little accordion folder, which you can make any size. You can make it even smaller or bigger if you want to. And I did make some postcards to put in here. I have a few more that I'll be adding to that. Rhoda's flower, thank you, babe. I did do some gold accents with my gold marker. Lots of distressing, you know how much I love distressing. Here's a nice bow. I'll put a link to where I get these. I'm always forgetting names, you already know. There's some more rub-ons. This is all rub-ons, all of these little rub-ons. And I made some gorgeous paper. I love all the colors. Lots of really pretty pastellies and yellow and grunge and distressing, so I really had a good time working with it. There's more accordion. I did an envelope, and this is on her digital. It's already outlined, so all you have to do is cut it out, so that's really nice. And there's some more rub-ons here. I did some distressing, added some pieces of some vintage ledger. And there's the gold accent, and then I did two little tabbies on the back so you can open and close this. And I did put one of the tags in here. The tags are also part of the digital collection. There's two collections, Flowers for Carmela 1 and 2. I will make sure to put links at the bottom of the video for you. Make sure you go take a look at all her other digitals as well. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous digitals in there that I have thoroughly enjoyed using, girl. She's done such an amazing job. I really, really like this collection, and I appreciate her so much. So she actually named this collection after my mom, after I told her that it had been a year since my mom had passed. So this was actually perfect. I don't know that she knows that though. It's perfect because my mom's favorite color was yellow. There's a lot of really pretty yellow in this collection. And she was great at gardening. She could grow anything. I killed everything. If she got a chance to take a plant from me before I killed it, it would prosper in her hands, but not in mine. I don't know why. Another postcard. This one I actually finished zhuzhing up, I guess. The flower is punches from Memory Keepers from this paper collection. And then I just did some little hardware. This is all from my lost things. You saw the container in the video. Those are rub-ons as well. Rub-ons, rub-ons, rub-ons. A little piece of paper I added to kind of give it that look. And then this is the back of it. I love this die, which you saw in the video as well. This is also a rub-on, bits of paper. And this kind of happened by accident. This is a happy accident. I actually glued these on, and I think I'm gonna leave that in the video. We'll see. These I had glued on upside down. So I glued them here, and here's where you're supposed to put the address, and I'm like, dang it. So I ripped them off, and when I did that, it ripped the paper. And all I did was do some oxide inks on top of it and give it that distressed look. I think it came out really, really well. And there's some stamping that I did. This is the paper collection. Rub-ons. I really like the way this card came out. The flower was pretty surprising. This is just a broken piece of jewelry, so. Well, is that it?
Oh, I didn't look at this one. Okay, so this was the one that had this. There's your postcard. And then this is just a regular envelope. These are press-ons as well. Rub-ons. I love this gold marker. It's fantastic. This little piece here is also part of the digital collection. I don't know if you noticed. So you'll get like two of the envelopes, which you can either make a regular envelope out of it, or you can make like this coin envelope. But these are in there. There's two on each page and one envelope on each page. You can cut these out. I actually stacked two so that would be a little thicker. I did some rub-ons here, and then you just open it up that way, and there's another tag in here. So really, really cute collection. I love it. And then the last thing that I made was this little, I don't know, what would you call it? A little pouch? I mean, an envelope style. Whatever. Anyway, it's cute. And this is actually, if you open it, you can see it was one of the biggest tags that was on the paper with all the tags on it, the digital tags. So all I did was do some stamping, added a little bow. Of course, magnets are on everything. I forgot to tell you that on the envelopes too. Magnets. That was another thing the girls wanted to see, magnets. So I'm all over the place. I also attached a little eyelet. I got a little dangle here. This piece right here is actually from a piece of clothing that I purchased for my daughter. It's like athletic clothing. And this was part of the tag, so price tag, so I took it off and kept it. I have a couple more, but I thought they were really pretty. And then I just attached some beads and a little a heart key. This one was given to me by Maria, who's the Vintage Vibes shop. I attached that little, what are these called? Anyway, I attached it on here. I can't remember anything. And I really like this paper. Inside is a little tiny journal. There's some dangles here with some glass beads that I attached. There's some sari silk that I wrapped around for the closure. This I left, it was just the beginning and ending pieces of this particular crochet piece. And I left it on there so I could add these little beads and leave it as a dangle. There are some stamps that I did, paper piecing, distressing. This is a little piece from a paper measuring tape. This is actually from one of those sewing kits from Dollar Tree. So make sure you keep that. That's really cute. This piece actually here was made by my mom. So I put it on here. I thought it was appropriate because this was a collection named after her. So I found that in some of her stuff. And I mean, I keep everything. You already know that. So of course I'm going to keep that. These are little bits and pieces that were in my lost things. And this was just like, I don't know, pieces of wire. And I ended up like shaping them like this and then putting them on here. This particular piece is a pin. I remember what those called, but when you wrap beads, I put it in here and then it's attached on the back so it won't move on the inside of the cover. You can't really see it, but it's underneath this and you can kind of feel it. Lots of distressing in this. I went a little nuts with the grunge. This is actually not stitching. It's actually a Tim Holtz stamp, which I thought was really cute. Bits and pieces of material and string with a little bling on top. This is a stamp. Again, plenty of paper piecing and distressing. These are little pieces. These are little cast-offs. It's glued on there, girl. A little cast-offs from making the pieces. I keep everything. I don't want to throw it away. Why? It's useful. So I end up just doing the rounded edges with the puncher and then distressing front and back. I did a little bit of stamping. I don't know if you can see that, but that's in gold. There's bird stamps on this one. There's another stamp with the die that I used. I distressed that and stamped on that. And there's those gold birdies again. So, and that's a small piece of paper, but I still kept it. I think that came out really cute. I love doing this kind of stuff. I love it. Figuring out ways to use things that you have. Figuring out ways to use those bits and pieces, those discarded pieces that people just usually throw in the garbage. I don't do that, I save them. And this paper is Chiquita's paper. You'll be seeing that a lot because she's pretty much my only source at the moment for paper. So I do have some paper coming from someone, that I ordered from that I can't remember her name because I'm on the spot and I'm filming. I also put a cute little pocket in here with some of the leftover pieces from the accordion that I did. I cut the other one, I made it shorter, so I saved the piece. I thought I was gonna end up throwing it away actually, but I ended up using it. I think it looks cute. And these are some of the stamps from that die. I just, again, inked them and stamped them. They fit perfectly in there. It's just kind of happy little accidents, you know. I didn't know what was gonna fit in here, but those ended up fitting, so that worked out. And then I've just got a little punch that I distressed. And there's the back end of it, I didn't cut it, I kept it and just wrapped it around the paper. And then there's a little place in there for you to put something. And I just have a little tiny piece of paper that I rounded the edges for. This is, again, leftover pieces from the collection as I was making. I folded it in half and put it in there. Super cute. Leftover piece of trim. You've seen this trim in a couple of other products if you follow me and if you watch my videos. I've used this trim in 2 memory dex cards. One that I did for Poochie's challenge, which was Memmy Mondays, and then one that I actually did, I used it on a memory dex card I sent Poochie after that challenge. I wanted to send her a nice little gift, so that's on there. This is a piece from binding. Well, not a piece, but the cover for some vintage binding. You know, it was still wrapped. It still had the plastic on it. When I took out the binding, I kept this and I put it in here as the center page, and I just distressed it. I thought that was a cute little touch. This paper is so pretty pink. I love it. And there's a little punch. I did put a tiny paper clip on here, and I hope I'm in frame. Never in frame. And a little heart dangle or charm. There's a little tiny stamp, again from the dies. I distressed it and did a little, where am I at? A little stamping on top. I should have been paying attention the whole time. Probably off the whole time. Anyway, gorgeous paper, Chiquita. And then I just did my little signature with a little gold kiss. There's the back pocket, some grunging, stamping, leftover material. And here are some leftover bits that I stamped and distressed. Not cute. There's little gold birdies. That gold's kind of hard to see on certain colors, certain color paper, but it's pretty when you do see it. And there's a little punch. Put that in there. I like these stamps. They look like stitching. More stamps, paper piecing, grunging, distressing. Look at that stamp, and look at how it looks like a thread all at the end, like bunched up. Super cute. I like it. So that is what goes in this little pouch. But thank you so much for watching to the end. Hopefully I can edit this down and not make it so long. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope everyone has a beautiful Mother's Day. Spend time with your family and make some beautiful memories. It's really important to appreciate things, especially while you have them. All right, love you guys. Besos. Bye.